A delegation from the Guyana Parliament visited Trinidad and Tobago from September 25th to October 1st. His Honour, Dr. Barton Scotland, Speaker of the House of the National Assembly of the Guyanese Parliament, led the visit to the office of the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Included in the delegation were Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Sherlock Isaacs, and Deputy Clerk of the National Assembly, Ms. Hermina Giljos. The delegation attended several presentations and sessions, some of which included Enterprise Management System, Broadcasting and Communications for Parliament, Security and Surveillance, Library Research and Archiving, Asset, Procurement Management and Budget, and recording, storing, and retrieval of official reports of the Parliament. A courtesy call was paid to President of the Senate, the Honourable Christine Kangaloo, and Speaker of the House, the Honourable Bridget Anisette George MP. The visiting Speaker of the House sat down for an interview with the Parliament channel. What is the purpose of your visit to the office of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago?
And we are here in response to discussions we've had with the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago over a period of time, but mainly to exchange experiences and really to observe how you are doing your work in your parliament. The intention is to allow our technical officers to have an opportunity to interface with yours and also to observe some of the work that's being done here. The clerk and I take advantage of our presence here to meet with, in this case, the opposite number, and for me to exchange experiences with the Speaker of the House of Representatives and with the President of the Senate.
What are some of your plans for the National Assembly of Guyana?
Well, first of all, to build on what my predecessors would have created. And certainly there's always room for improvement. And so my plans are in the direction of improvement. I think the Parliament itself can benefit from some plans, some things which I think we could not get anywhere else except at home. That is, we need more space and we need a number of other things. But then I suspect you might need the same things. But in terms of procedures, in terms of practices which you would have instituted here, and exchange would certainly help to enrich our appreciation of the work we are doing, of what you're doing here, and to see how adaptations can take place to benefit us. And this is part of an ongoing thing. Parliaments interface, officers speak, exchange views. I believe it would be true to say that our clerk has an excellent relationship with the clerk of of the House of Representatives here of the Assembly in Trinidad. And so it's generally a beneficial interrelationship.
What is the current structure of the National Assembly of Guyana?
National assemblies I would hasten to say, follow, generally speaking, the same. You have a government, you have an opposition. You have a clerk of the National Assembly who is, in a sense, equivalent of perhaps, if you use an analogy with a company, he's like the CEO. Our parliament, the leader of government business is the Prime Minister, as you would have here. But we have a presidential system of government, so that our president, head of state, does not come to Parliament except to deliver messages. Perhaps that occurs here. And then it's very much the same. But our president is an executive president, so he's in fact the head of the government also. Parliament, he does not come to Parliament except in that regard. We have, I said, opposition and government, and we manage our business through committees. We have a fairly well-developed system of committees. We are trying to hone it and to make it more effective and efficient, because, truly speaking, all the work of Parliament, almost all the work of Parliament is done through the committees and not in the chamber. And so it's much the same in Guyana.
Can you give any details about the discussions that took place during your visit?
There is a great deal of meat in what is proposed and what has happened so far. Certainly we were exposed to your ICT arrangements, and they have told us literally a direction in which we can go in terms of our conversations, in terms of our present almost rudimentary system, what we can do and how, because that's the important thing, how we can do it to move beyond our present state with care and not necessarily repeating any errors which may have occurred here. So that's one plus, having connection, who can direct you about pitfalls. So that's one. We were also very fortunate to have what I would call an extraordinarily exciting conversation with as a committee secretary. There was so much. I think all of us were reluctant to leave when the time came for us to do it. There was so much to learn, so much to question about.
Your closing statements, please.
The visit is has proved to be extremely valuable. We hope that the exchanges which we've had, the interfacing which we have had, has also contributed to some value to the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. We look forward to continuing encounters.